Welcome back, City Skylines players and fans, to Capital City. This is the airport project, I guess 2.0. We are redesigning the airport here, and we've laid in the medium terminal, ultra modern, and mirrored it over to all four sides, and then we've also laid in the large ultra modern terminal and connected the roadways up. Obviously, we need to connect them over to the ends of the large roundabout here, and then I'm going to do a connection to the inner roundabout, this multi-layered roundabout, and do something with these roads here. These were designed, kind of a sidebar. These were designed the way they were, not even, because they were designed for certain buildings to go in here. And with this new DLC, I've kind of changed the way that we're doing that. So I'm going to be making these more symmetrical on all four sides. But they were designed this way because there were certain buildings that were going to go here and here, and then so these roads need to be at certain angles and certain arcs of the curve in order to fit, for the buildings to fit, and for this to flow in, which is the reason why this was set up this way. Anyway, into the sidebar there. I have also got to looking at this, and I've decided that last time we placed a lounge in here with a control tower, to kind of mimic a observation tower, or maybe a VIP lounge or something like that. But what we're going to do, I didn't really like that. Seemed like it was a little bit too close to the roadway, to this elevated road right here, because, so what we're going to do, we're going to back these off a little bit. So I'm going to, first I'm going to try a couple different things. I'm going to take this and back that off one, and then go to airport, ultra modern, Concourse, and put the curve cool one in here. Then I'm going to try this one first just to see what it looks like. I really don't like that. That's not really much of a change. You're kind of moving the arc down a little bit. So I think what we're going to do is remove this one. There. And then that gives a little bit more room in there for some decoration, for some trees, maybe some fountains or something like that. That I'm not sure that the public would have access to, so to speak, but maybe I guess you could have doors down on the lower part of the lounge that would let people out and walk around. So yeah, I couldn't in my head I couldn't picture whether I wanted to use whether I wanted to take it all the way back, or do the arc. Already, that doesn't make any sense. Huh, okay. Needed anarchy on for some reason. And let's make sure that looks symmetrical. It does. And we'll go ahead and do the other side, even though I typically try to make these videos a little quicker. So I only do usually 1/4 at a time, and then go through and do the rest of it off camera, so that way you guys aren't watching me do the same stuff over and over again. But we'll go ahead and do these just so that it's done. There. And then I also wanted the large view here to make sure that it looks symmetrical all the way around. That looks pretty good there. So we're good. All right. So now we'll go ahead and put these lounges in, and so we'll go over to the decoration buildings and put in the lounge. And actually, well, here I was clearing space to give it a little bit more space, but I'm thinking maybe do something like this. And then maybe that tower is the VIP lounge, because you could actually extend this out. Because that walkway, well, it doesn't go as far as what I thought. Uh, yeah, I wish you could extend it all the way out that far. Um, yeah, so I can extend it out a little bit. And then we would have to turn this into a procedural object to get rid of the luggage train or luggage, not sure what you call that, luggage uh, uh, cart, I guess, that they drive around and put luggage on, and the windsock. You'd have to do that, but that eliminates the attractiveness for that. Whereas if you left it inside the control round, I think I want to leave that, and then we'll kind of look at it a little bit longer. That looks very symmetrical. There's enough space there and there. We may eliminate some of these grass parks right here, just to make it look um, more symmetrical, and we'll put trees in there and that type of thing. But I think I'm going to leave it that way. Obviously, we'll correct the colors. I'll make sure that these are all. Actually, I think we'll probably do the light. I don't know whether that's a light blue or not sure what color that is. Teal maybe or something. I don't know. Just because it matches the control tower. So I think we'll probably do all of them in that color. Um, I do like this darker blue better, but it doesn't match the control tower, so, or this observation VIP lounge is what we're going to call it. It doesn't match that, so I think we're just going to use the light blue. So we'll go ahead and put the other lounges in here. Try to get those as close to the center as those windows as we can here. Yeah. Turn that into a procedural object. Good deal. And then, yeah, that looks that looks good once we get the colors and everything, which I'll do that off camera, because there is no rhyme or reason to the colors on this. You can just place them, and because I was watching a video with, not sure, one of the other YouTube creators, and I apologize, I can't remember who it was, but he was trying to figure out if there was a pattern to it. If it went light blue, then dark blue, then green, whether there was a pattern and it repeated itself, but it doesn't seem to be randomized, or at least randomized to humans. There's probably some sort of long drawn out pattern to it, but it doesn't seem to be anything that we can, so you just got to place them down until you get the colors you want, and then use the move it mod to move them into place. So that will take a while, so I'm not going to mess with that right now. I'll get that all. And like I said, I think we're going to use, yeah, we're going to definitely use this color just because it matches the tower. That's really the only reason. Not sure why what those spots are there. Maybe if I turn the May you lose the audio for a second, but I'll be right back. No? Okay. Maybe those. I thought maybe if I turn the resolution up, these spots would go away, but maybe those are lights or something. I'm not sure what those are. But anyway, so we'll go ahead and put those on. The next thing we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these parks right here. I think I'm probably going to take and get rid of them all through here. And I am kind of doing this the long way. It's one of the great things about moving. Yeah, we'll get rid of those. Just kind of a long way to do things. There. And obviously we'll clean this up a little bit better later, but right now. There. And then put some trees and bushes in there. And I haven't decided whether we're going to use oil drums in there. That's weird. What a weird place to put oil drums. So we'll haven't decided whether we're going to do like pathways or anything like that, or maybe that's a VIP perk. Maybe we can put a door in here, and the VIP is going to walk around out here. With frequent flyer miles, you get to go to the VIP club or something like that. I don't know. But we'll do that. I'm not going to mess with both sides right now. We'll do both of those later. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to start the placing the airplane stands. And let's see here. What we're going to do is we are going to. Everything is symmetrical up to this point. This quarter is exactly the same as this quarter, and all the way around, all four of these quarters are exactly the same. I think we're going to deviate from that a little bit because the way the airport has been laid out, if I knew the DLC was coming, I would have laid it out actually straight, even though it kind of would have been boring to lay it out like this. Yeah, and I just would have straightened it out, and it would have gave us even distribution of space on both sides, on all four sides. But here we're at a premium because of the interstate tunnel or the highway tunnels here, and then obviously we're at a premium because of the perimeter avenue that runs around the outside here. And then we want 2 runways and probably at least 2 taxiways in here too. We can't really do much here. And then we want a couple taxiways running through here to connect both sides of the airport. And then there is a couple things. I've got a couple plans for this area right here, and right here, and right here and here. So we do have a couple plans for that. But that won't interfere with any of this. So what we're going to do, we're going to make 2 hubs, Concourse hubs, and get back to ultra modern. This one would fit better in the area here, just because the way the subway is laid out, actually be that way. But if you look, those 2 styles really don't mesh. So if you place that, it just really doesn't. It just doesn't mesh. So I don't really like that. So we're not going to use that. So we are going to stick with the ultra modern. even though this one's a little bit, makes things a little bit more difficult for us, but we'll get over that. So what we're going to do, we're going to need something to base the location on. So what we're going to do, we're going to need to use the subway as kind of a guide, because we want both sides here to be the same, and it's going to be a little bit of trial and error also. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use airplane stands, which are right here in the landing area and aircraft stand area. Let's see here. We'll use, we may not use large aircraft stands all the way along here. We may use some smaller ones, but I want there to be enough room for there to be a large aircraft stand here, and then a large aircraft stand over here off the other concourse, and then have enough room for taxiways. There'll be two taxiways, one running one direction and the other one running the other direction. So we need to make sure that there's enough room. So what we'll need to do is take a concourse. We'll just kind of have to guesstimate it right now, because we're going to have the taxiway running like this, and then we're going to have another taxiway running like this, and let me make sure that that's not too large. That might be too much space in between. No, actually, I think that's about right. Yeah, that's about right. I mean, there is quite a bit of a gap there, but you know, safety first. You want to make sure that everybody is safe. All right, so we'll put that like that, and then so now what we need to do is we need to figure out the distance between this taxiway and this concourse, and I guess we'll go ahead and do it this way. 17 units. Okay, so we'll do 17 units. Actually, that's the same distance between this and this road. It matches that. That's weird. Okay. So we'll do the concourse. And place a aircraft stand, large aircraft stand, because like I said, we won't necessarily be using them everywhere, but yeah, that works perfectly. So 17 from this taxiway here. Okay, so what we need to do is now figure out what the, so what we'll do is take the concourse and run it all the way down here. Just go, so we know this distance between here and there. This is the way we want, even though it won't be that long, but we know that distance. So what we'll need to do now is figure out where we're going to place this, how far over, because we do kind of want this in the center of this concourse. Well, I guess you could just place that. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we could do it this way, and then uh, have it connect off the bottom there. That's interesting. I was going to have it come off the side. I don't know if I really like that though. Because I don't really plan on running any more off like this direction or anything. So why would they build it that way? I guess, for the subway station, metro station, and, there's probably some cafes and shops and that type of stuff in there. So we'll leave that. Yeah, we'll do that. So what we'll try to do is we'll just try to put this in the middle then. And then we'll just do it this way. And then we can just have plane stands on both sides and then just none right around here. Yeah, we'll just do it that way. So now we got to figure out what distance we want that over. I mean, part of me is like, oh yeah, you want it, to match that terminal there, this one here, and place it right there. But that seems a little, I don't know, that seems a little close to the other side, maybe. And you really wouldn't be able to run more than like 10 blocks, 10 segments over this direction. So I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to place it more over here, off to the side, so you can maybe run, 20 or 30 blocks in each area, or maybe just 20 in each direction, and because that's really all you need. So yeah, I think we'll just do that. So now we got to figure out where we're going to do that at, or how we're going to do that. So what we'll do, we will, I guess we could just mirror this. So we'll just mirror it over. I think that's what we'll do. So we'll just go ahead and place this right here. And then I need that view off. There we go. And we'll get rid of the plane stand for now. Get rid of that. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. And that one. And we're going to go ahead and leave that in. Actually, been doing this a long time. I've learned my lesson. Want to leave a guide road or a guide location there, so that way if you get messed up you can go back. So what we'll do, it comes right off the side here. So maybe we'll go out 30. Why is this thing being so difficult? 30. There we go. Alright, so we've got it. Yeah, that works. And then, because that leaves more than enough room for some plane stands to come in here on the other side, obviously, and then have a taxiway cut through here, and then have another taxiway cut through here. And then I've also got a plan for this area right here and right here. So we're going to need a little bit of space right there. Not much, but a little bit. Just a plain stand spot. So we're going to need that. So we'll leave that open there. So that should work just fine. And we should be able to mirror this directly over from one side to the other. And then the taxiways and everything, as long as you have the terminals and the concourses the same, the taxiways should be easy enough to place because you'll just place the plane stands and the taxiways will fill in exactly symmetrical on both sides. So yeah, I did say we we're going to copy that over here, but we're not going to put this over here. We're going to put this over on this side. So you'll have two terminals or two concourse hubs on this side. And then just the concourses on this side. And then maybe we'll bring a concourse out. Depends on how much fun we have with the runway. That direction. But we'll do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and I've learned my lesson with the mirroring to disconnect the building from the road / concourse. I've learned that lesson already. So we will grab the concourse and we want to mirror. And what we want to use to mirror is this road right in here, this guide here. And that should have worked. Yep, perfectly. And then just go back through and connect. If you leave those, it creates concourses from here to here, and it does a bunch of weird stuff. But just by disconnecting it, it works perfectly. There we go. And connect these two. Alright. And then what we'll do, that goes the same way with the metro. There's metro lines under here, and you don't want to connect those until you have all your mirroring and everything in place, because it would do the same thing. So we'll take care of that. I don't know whether we'll go straight out and then do a gentle curve, or whether we should just curve all the way out so that way it can gain speed. Probably just do a gentle curve because that's not really that far of a distance. So in all actuality, that metro really shouldn't be going that fast. We're probably only talking 20 or 30 miles an hour, if even that. Just because it doesn't need to, because the distance isn't that far. It's too far to walk, but it's in the game they would walk it just fine, but you can't really walk it because of the setup of the airport. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll go ahead and erase the plane stands here. And I'm going to go back to the taxiways. Here we go. And I want to run the taxiways all the way over here, all the way over here, and then disconnect that. Again, doing the same thing as this concourse here, just using it as a guide. So if any of this gets messed up, you can go back and correct it, because it will not let you put plane stands in. Well, I guess it does. Maybe because the anarchy's on. Yeah, anybody that's playing vanilla or on console, it won't let you do that. It won't let you do that with the taxiway there, so you have to have your anarchy on to get it to work. And then even then, you can only put it in certain segments, it looks like. So we'll probably have to erase that taxiway to put those in. So now what we need to do is figure out what plane stands are going where. And how are we doing the medium, the large, the small, and we need an even. I'm thinking that the smaller plane stands would go over this direction, either directly on this concourse, obviously on the other side here too, or even if we run a smaller concourse off of this, maybe have some small plane stands on this side here, and then I'm thinking that's probably what we'll do, and then maybe do some medium plane stands intermixed with some large plane stands around here, and then do large plane stands for this hub on both sides. Is what I'm. That's my thought process on that. And then we'll have taxiway running this direction and this direction here, and then obviously in here. And then these two taxiways will go this direction. So this will be. So basically, you'll be able to get on a taxiway and run all the way around, and then hopefully we can get it to work with these two runways this way. Is what we're doing. So that'll work. All right. Well, we got a little bit done today. We're over the 30-minute mark. I try to keep these videos right at about 30 minutes. And then I'm going to go ahead and in between this video and the next one, I'm going to go ahead and put the lounges in on all four sides. I guess these two are done. We'll do these two, get that taken care of. And then I think I'm going to do a little bit more thinking about how we're going to lay these plane stands out. And we'll think about whether we're going to do a concourse out this direction or not. But we'll go from there. And then obviously the next video we'll probably start. We'll lay some plane stands and taxiways and start the runways. Runways are going to be in the exact configuration, or pretty close to the same configuration as the airport was originally. So we're going to have one running this direction, and then I think maybe another one running this direction, maybe two running this direction, and then we'll have two parallel left and right coming straight down here. And then I'm also going to rethink the way these, how the length of the runways too, or at least the length of the runway that the game is going to perceive. I'll explain that in another video, but because if you start the runway here and you have them landing this direction and then you go all the way down here, you can only connect the taxiways coming in this direction down here and out down here. So it'll land, and you could have taxiways all the way through here connecting like airports do. And but it will not depart the runway until it gets all the way down here, and then it has to come all the way up and around. And that kind of works to your advantage in a couple ways. That it eliminates congestion when you're leaving. So if you're having them depart the other direction, say you're having them depart this way, they have to taxi all the way down here and then get on the runway and then take off this way. Well, by doing it that way, you have this huge space here, and it eliminates congestion. So it helps you in some ways, but in other ways, it kind of makes it more difficult to plan. It makes it a little unrealistic because those smaller planes landing shouldn't take this entire runway. They would touch down. Runway would start here. They would touch down here. They would probably be slowed down and ready to move onto a taxiway by here. But the game's going to make them go all the way down here and turn here. But that is what it is. We have to play with what the game configures, the way the game's configured. So we just have to work around that. So we'll figure that out. If you have any suggestions, comments, feel free to leave those. Even any criticism as far as the way we're building the airport or anything, feel free. I'm open to suggestions. I'm by no means an expert, but feel free to leave those. Hit that like button. More people can see the videos, and please support the channel. Hit that subscribe button. I put out content on a regular basis. I try to do at least a video a week. Sometimes I'll go through and do a week and a half or so without one, and then I'll post 2 or 3 at a time. But I post multiple videos a month. I try to get them out as frequently as possible. But hit that subscribe button, and remember, everybody do the long game. Thank you for your time.